Welcome back to The Explainer. I am so thrilled you're here with us today. Go ahead and grab your favorite mug, pour yourself some coffee, and get comfortable, because today we're tackling a college challenge that is honestly, well, it's harder than passing an 8 a.m. calculus class. We're talking about making and keeping friends. We are unpacking the insights from Episode 8 of The Social Blueprint, specifically looking at how to navigate this incredibly tricky social landscape and exactly how campus clubs build circles of genuine friends. If you're someone who likes structured, efficient learning, you are absolutely in the right place. So let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into the core dilemma that kicks off our source material. On one hand, you have your academic routine. It's set, it's predictable, it's handled, right? You have a syllabus. You know exactly when your classes are, and you know down to the minute when your papers are due. But on the other hand, you have the social scene. Once those classes are finally locked in, the social scene abruptly takes center stage. And unlike your academics, it is totally unpredictable. I mean, there is literally no syllabus for your social life. This sudden shift from a highly structured academic focus to a completely unstructured social pressure cooker is exactly what catches so many of us off guard.
Which brings us to a question we've all secretly asked ourselves at some point. Why on earth is making friends so incredibly awkward? And hey, it's okay to admit it. I want to validate that feeling right now. If you've ever found yourself standing in a hallway trying to figure out how to naturally start a conversation without sounding totally robotic, you are not alone. It is a wildly jarring shift to go from analyzing a textbook to trying to analyze a totally new social dynamic on the fly. This is a very real, very normal part of the college experience, and honestly, recognizing that awkwardness is the very first step to overcoming it.
The source material gives us a much-needed reality check here. It outlines some very specific hurdles we have to jump over. There's the general awkwardness of making friends that we just talked about, there's the trap of forcing connections in dorms, and of course, the dreaded reality of navigating toxic roommates. When we talk about college socialization, we have to have honest reflections about these pain points. We so often expect that we'll just show up to campus and instantly find our best friends on day one, like in the movies. But the reality? Forced proximity, just happening to live next to someone, does not automatically equal friendship, and trying to force those connections can lead to a ton of unnecessary stress.
Now, the source actually calls for honest reflections on the awkwardness of making friends and navigating toxic roommates. Empathy is absolutely crucial here. The material leans heavily into the idea that we need to normalize this struggle. Think about it for a second. When you are forced into close quarters with random people in a dorm building, it can sometimes feel incredibly isolating, especially if your roommate situation turns toxic. It's totally ironic, right? You are physically surrounded by hundreds of people, yet relying solely on that forced living situation can actually leave you feeling completely alone.
Let's break down exactly why that happens. Relying on forced dorm proximity is essentially playing a geographical lottery. The resulting dynamic is often super strained because your only common denominator might just be your zip code or your dorm floor. You're basically just two people sharing a mini fridge. Now contrast that with shared passion connections. The environment here is chosen, and the dynamic is built on actual genuine mutual interest. Relying purely on your living situation to build your social life is a risky strategy. It's leaving your college experience up to pure chance, rather than intentionally seeking out environments where shared passions naturally filter out all that awkward noise and bring compatible people together.
Which brings us to Section 2, Finding Your True Campus Circle.
So let's look at the proven blueprint from the source material for replacing that isolation with a genuine community. Here's exactly how campus clubs build circles. Step 1. Attend campus events. You literally have to actively put yourself in the right environment. Step 2. Bond over shared interests. Notice the word shared there. This is where the magic happens. When you join a club, the sheer awkwardness of figuring out what to talk about just vanishes, because the shared interest does the heavy lifting for you. And finally, Step 3. Find your true circle. By focusing on how campus clubs operate, we see they provide the exact structure you need to filter through thousands of students and help you find the few who actually align with your vibe.
So the crucial point here is this. Campus clubs transformed forced proximity into shared passions. You are completely taking the randomness out of the equation. Just imagine the difference between awkwardly trying to make small talk with a neighbor while staring at their weird wall poster versus walking into a robotics club or a debate team meeting. Suddenly the ice is already broken. Campus events and clubs provide an essential, structured environment that makes organic friendships actually possible. You aren't just hoping someone likes the same music as you. You are actively walking into a room full of people who are already passionate about the exact same things you are. This is exactly how you build a real circle.
And this brilliantly illustrates what our ultimate goal is, the true circle.
A true circle isn't something you are assigned to by the housing department. It is a supportive group of friends discovered through shared passions and campus clubs, rather than just living in the same building. I really want you to grasp this core concept. It is a support system built on the solid foundation of mutual interests, which is a much, much stronger glue than simply existing in the same hallway.
So I want to leave you with this question to chew on. What campus club will you join tomorrow to start building your true circle? The source material makes it abundantly clear that the power is entirely in your hands. You do not have to stay stuck in awkward hallway encounters or toxic roommate dynamics. You have the blueprint now. It's time to step out, take immediate action, and go find the people who share your passions. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to see you dive in and start building your true circle.